Marvel Rivals is out, and with it they have released 33 heroes to play. And while we would all like to play Duelist, unfortunately, if you want to climb, you're going to have to be able to fill as well. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 strategists and how to use them properly so that you can carry your game without playing Duelist. With that being said, let's get right into it. The third best strategist to play is going to be Jeff the Shark. This cute little shark isn't just adorable, he's also extremely powerful. His healing is great, with a left click that does AoE healing, a secondary heal that also grants a speed boost, a right click that does burst AoE damage, and an ult that can turn the tide of the game instantly. I would suggest picking him up. However, he isn't the easiest to play properly. With that in mind, there are 3 things you need to know when playing Jeff. You are very squishy. Your job is to stay back and heal behind your tanks, while simultaneously leaving bubbles on the ground in high damage areas for your team to play around. Because you are squishy, you will get dived, and if you don't do this one thing, you will die a lot. You want to keep a bubble near you at all times. If you find yourself getting dove, burrow underground. When doing this, you heal over time and are hard to hit, and you also can't take critical hits. After burrowing, pop up onto your bubble. This will knock the enemy back. Then go back underground and call for your team to help. You can survive for a very long time as long as you use your cooldowns properly. However, if you don't, you will die quickly. You need to make sure you manage your healing cooldowns. As Jeff, you need to reload. However, your left click doesn't heal as much as you think. In order to get the most healing output, you need to spam your left click on your teammates. As soon as you are getting low on ammo, throw your bubbles down by them, then reload quickly. This will ensure you keep healing at all times instead of watching your teammates get melted because you ran out of ammo. When it comes to Jeff's ult, you need to use it properly. You want to make sure you are using it when the enemy team is grouped up and when you are near an area of the map where you can swim to the edge and throw them off. When you pop it, you need to take a look at who you have grabbed. If you have teammates, throw them out safely, then swim to the edge to throw off the enemies. If you see that some of the enemies you've grabbed have a dash or an ability they can use to get out, you will need to jump off the edge to kill them, or they'll get away safely. If this happens, make sure you only jump off the edge if you're getting a 2-for-1 trade or better. If not, then swim the enemy to a secluded area, tell your team where you're going so that they can target them and melt them down. You can also use Jeff's ult to stall the point by pulling the enemies off of it. There are a lot of ways to use it, but always make sure you're using it to get at least 2 or more enemies and using it when the time is right. The second best strategist is Adam Warlock. He is a secondary healer, but his damage output is insane, and if he uses cooldowns properly, he can heal very well and res the entire team. When playing Warlock, you do not want to spam your heal. Instead, only use it when an ally is low, as it heals for a great deal of damage, and it has a cooldown, so you don't want to be stuck without a heal because you spammed it twice on one person. In between healing, you want to be doing as much damage as possible, and whenever you see a teammate low, heal them, then continue to damage and repeat. Warlock's Soulbind makes it so all allies share damage. This can be extremely powerful, but only when used correctly. The best time to use it is when the enemy pops an ult. If you time it properly, no one will die, and you can tap your heal on them and get everyone to full health, negating the ult completely. Just know it won't work against one-shot ults like Scarlet Witch or Iron Man. Warlock's ult will revive everyone who is dead within a certain radius, however when they come back, they aren't full health. So make sure when you use it, you're away from the enemies somewhere safe so you can res everyone and heal them and get them back into the fight. If the enemy finds you mid-ult, you and all your teammates will die due to having a lack of HP. What's good, gamers? If you're enjoying this video so far, consider hitting that sub button. It would mean a lot if you did. If not, no worries. Much love, guys. The #1 healer in the game right now is Luna Snow. Her left click does an insane amount of damage and healing. And when you click your shift and activate Ice Arts, your healing and damage gets increased, and your bullets will heal and go through your allies, damaging any enemy in front or behind them. You also passively heal when using it. One of her best abilities is her E. This allows you to share her heals with a teammate. So make sure you put it on your dive characters like Venom, Spider-Man, Iron Man, or anyone who will be fighting in the back line or in the air. This way, while you're healing the front line, your backline is getting healed as well. Luna's right click is essentially an Ana sleep dart that activates passive healing on you. It will freeze an enemy for up to 3 seconds unless you shoot them. This is an ability you do not want to waste by shooting into a crowd of enemies. Instead, always keep it in your back pocket for when someone dives you, because trust me, they will. When someone does, freeze them and call for your team to help. If you focus them, they're gonna die instantly. Also, because you do passive healing when you use ice arts or when you freeze an enemy, you can solo almost anyone. So if you get dove and your team can't help you, freeze them, then pop ice arts. You will win that 1v1 almost every time, as long as you hit your shots. It is a very powerful and deadly combo to keep yourself alive, regardless of the enemy that decides to fight you. Luna has the strongest ult in the game. When you pop it, you can choose between damage boosting or healing. And if you're healing, almost nothing in the game can kill you, except for one-shot ults like Iron Man and Scarlet Witches. So make sure you use it to either secure a push or stop an enemy ult. Do not waste it. If you're trying to coordinate a push to use Luna's ult, make sure you tell your team so that they can all group up with you and get the healing boost. And if you're going to use it to negate an ult, make sure you're popping it when you hear the ult sound and you are around the teammates that are getting ulted. This will ensure that they do not die and you can continue to fight. Using any of these 3 characters will help you climb in ranked even though you aren't playing Duelist, as they all have carry potential. Unfortunately though, Strategist is the most picked role outside of Duelist, so you will also want to know how to play a Vanguard if you really want to win your games and rank up. And if you want to learn who the 3 strongest Vanguards are and